Okay, sorry, I was having technical difficulties. As always. For some reason couldn't see the chat, but now I can see you all. Hello! I have been sick for like a whole week. Hopefully I don't still sound sick. But today I have to catch up on commissions, so I'm doing something a little bit different. Okay, sorry, it was having technical difficulties. Thank you. Also me. See? Tech difficulties. You can hear me twice. Alright. But today I'm going to work on a character design. I don't typically do them. In fact, I've removed them from my commissions list. But this person ordered it before I did remove it. Maybe they reminded me to. I love doing character designs. They just take a lot of time. So this may be... Let's see. We'll see. If I really enjoy it, I'll bring it back. It's going to be a character design sheet, which means I've got to rotate it. And I'm going to talk a little bit about my process on how I do character design. I actually went to school for it a little bit, for like 2 seconds a year during COVID, you know. The first part of my process is, of course, to look at my references. Or if I'm designing it myself, I will collect the references. However, the client gave me some references, so let's look at those. Usually if it's commercial, I'll ask for permission and also give them credit. But in this case, it's like a private order. So I'm not gonna say who ordered it or like show the name or anything like of the character and everything. We're just gonna show the process and this is completely theirs, you know? Let me make sure I can see everything. All right, here we are. So first things first, we're doing a half human, half fae. So one thing I can show you rather than you look at nothing. You like my writing? Can anybody read this? Can anybody read cursive anymore? That's not. There you go. Half human, half fae. So I'm thinking pointed ears, and I am right. She's got pointed ears, and wings. Rather than me write it out. 25 years old. Okay. So like young woman. Tall, 6 feet. That it's not really clear. It's not going to be very clear when I draw a character that they're 6 feet. Like if there's nothing to reference, you can look tall and actually be really short. She's tan and has like sparkly freckles. That's really cute. Latina, of course. She's Mexican. Mexican coded, at least. In this world, probably doesn't exist. So I'm just gonna say Latina. And sparkly freckles. Honestly, I have this written for myself. This is more so y'all can see that I'm doing something otherwise. I do have some photo references here. Yay! It's a good reference to use. Okay, let me pull this one in. If it's somebody's art, I probably won't pull it in as a reference, but I'll have it there so that I have like a visual idea. So this is the kind of face they want to go for. Something like this. They gave me 3. Let me see what else I got. Ooh, and like glittery freckles, almost like makeup, but it's obviously not. Let me pull that in so you can kind of see their vision. I'll probably interpret it differently. Make it look a little bit more subdued, like under the skin, like coming through the skin, rather than applied to the skin. Pretty concept so far. This will be really pretty on darker skin. The highlight will pop really hard. Okie dokie. I think these 2 references are just different angles, so I think we're good. All right, for the wings, based on Luna moths, I'm just gonna put this all in one thing later. Luna moth wings. But probably most important is the visuals, right? Explains a lot more. I wonder if the visual reference they give helps, or if it's just gonna be it didn't load. Oh, they did give me a reference of an actual moth. Hopefully nobody's scared of bugs. This is not really that scary though. It's really pretty. I'm taking from Pinterest, so if you see the little icon in the corner, no you don't. See, pretty! Yay! Nobody has ever given me like a commission with like spider reference, but if they did, I would decline it probably. I'd be like, I'm so sorry. Alright, yeah, that's pretty good reference. Okay, we're looking for iridescent. Okay, I just pulled this in. I don't know if this is painting, if this is fabric, but this kind of coloring, which I have done before. Somewhere. I don't know when I've done it, but something kind of psychedelic a little bit. Weeknight dinner ideas? That's not helping me. What do you mean? Okay, this link is broken, but I think we've got it. So we're talking hair past the hip. All right, that's a good important note that we need to know. Past the hip. Past hip. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to read my own writing. Eye color is also iridescent, so. No! I wrote it on the wrong layer. How could I have done this? A crime. This one. Alright. Typically when people ask me for commissions for character design, they have like a clear idea on the visual of like the person. But usually I think they struggle with the clothing or like the overall shape language and everything. So, as an ex-fashion designer, also ex-fashion student, I should say, also somebody who's studied some character design, typically when people come to me, is that kind of thing. Okay, yeah. Hair inspo, we're good. Now, this is the part where the inspiration is a little bit more written, but not really explained. So, or that's not at all what I meant. I meant it's written out, but they need help figuring this part out. They explained it to the best of their ability. That's what I meant. See, I'm telling you, sometimes when I'm doing art stuff, I don't know how to talk. It's brave to stream. So an academic, this is the part we really need to write it out because academic uniform. Okay. But I'm assuming if she's got fancy wings, right? It has to be fantasy themed, right? Like it's a fantasy school. Because otherwise, why is she allowed to go to this school? So let's think fantasy themed. And this design, it can't be strictly to her because this is her uniform. It has to match everybody. However, because she's the first character, not that saying that I'm going to design like a set, but because it's the only character we know of this world, we can flatter her. You know? So, at least for the case of fit, we can flatter, of course. It's whatever, you can tailor that. However, if she's supposed to wear it with her wings, I have some ideas. So it has to be designed to accommodate. I'm so sorry if you can't read my writing. Okay, now we got some inspiration. This is the part that's tricky, huh? Interesting. These ones are more like art references, so I can't really pull them in. They're very different. But I'm thinking they're very... One thing that I'm noticing that this client is drawn to is purple. I don't know if that's actually what they want, but it looks like a lot of these references that they're pulling are purple and black. So maybe we'll go with a hint of that, because that might be the idea. A little bit more traditional. I feel like I have like a million tabs open because I've just like opened the same interest pin like a million times. But purple and black. Yeah, I can work with that. Kind of traditional feeling, a little bit magey feeling, like it looks like magic, you know, wizardry kind of vibe. Okay. So this is the first step of my design process. It looks insane, but write it all out. And if I don't have enough information, obviously I'm going to look for more references. But because this is from the client, I am working with what they give me, right? So we got this part out of the way. Now let's organize. Put these guys together so we can actually start drawing. I already have some ideas in mind. See, this is why it's like, okay, yeah, you might not be able to read this, but like, it's also gonna just go in the corner. So she's tall, right? Let's work on her body first. You know? It doesn't have to be anything too strict, but because this is a character design sheet, typically I give them a 3/4 view so you can see it 3-dimensionally. So 3/4 view. Like I'm doing math and I'm explaining things. That was a weird W. What is that? You ever write something and you're like, no, that's wrong. That's also incorrect. But anyway. So doing a 3/4 view. Typically when you do character designs not front view, sorry. The front view, but not looking straight on to the camera. Typically when you see character designs, they are in 3/4 view because of this reason. So you can see the shape and everything. One thing that I should have asked is, what is this character's personality? But also, because it's a character design, I'm kind of like, all right, well, we're just gonna give her something static. I'm gonna give something rough for the pose. We can fix the pose afterwards. All right, because let's say she's like a very soft character or a very shy character. Her positioning is gonna be very different from a confident character. Let me search Luna Moths real quick. What type of character traits do you assign to Luna Moths? Docile, graceful, and nocturnal. See? Search up the animal. Don't know if that's actually the positioning. But when I thought, you know, Luna Moth, and looking at this character, like the shape of this is quite rounded, right? This is like really round. So I think like a softer character, that's what, and also the colors are kind of pastel. I'm not thinking that this character is a villain, you know? So in that case, I'm gonna give her something more graceful. And then if I'm incorrect, they can correct me. Because I should have asked before doing this. But because I don't have that information, that's not on them, that's totally me. Happens all the time. Okay, she's tall, so let's make her tall. I don't need this text. That was for y'all, not for me. So when I think a tall character, I think kind of like their legs are longer. We want to be able to see the whole outfit. So I don't want to like do this necessarily, unless I give her a skirt. Maybe I do want to do this. Also, I've seen some artists do this, where they straight up cut this part out, their arm so you can see the whole outfit. I'm not gonna do that. I wanted to do something like her hands resting kind of like this in the middle. I can't really do the position without like showing. Looks crazy. Nobody's doing this right now, but I'm talking like if she was relaxing her hands in the middle kind of like this. However, based on the design, right? Whatever I do here, it's gonna get covered, right? So going to try and give her some space in her body. I'm probably gonna give pose option. So this is pose option 1, but then we'll actually do the design on one of the poses. And then if we're lucky, the poses will be close enough where I don't have to redraw the whole thing, but you know, hey, what can you do? When I saw tall and fairy, I thought elongated. You know when you think fairies or when you think elves, you think, first of all, the ears are really long, right? But you also think maybe like Lord of the Rings vibe. Like they're just like really beautiful, but kind of more, not gaunt, but skinnier and like stretched. Like models. So that was the impression I got, like a longer torso, longer legs, like long everything. What is this character designed for? Didn't ask. Everybody has different reasons to get a character design. Sometimes it's just for fun, and I'm like, hey man, whatever it's needed for, I am here to provide the service. She, I believe, has a prop, but it's not being drawn here. Let me double check. Because if there's a prop, I could just easily just put it in her hand, right? But I think I'm not drawing the prop. But I would have done like something like this, right? What do I do with this hand? Because I think if you have wings, kind of like this vibe, right? You kind of relax your hands. Like a dancer almost. I need to extend this page. Yeah, I could just make her smaller, but I don't want to do that. I'm just... And then later, when everything fits, I'll put it together. I imagine that if you have... This is already starting the design here. I imagine if you have wings, right? You're allowed to wear painful shoes. Because you can fly. So you can wear the annoying shoes. But also, when you think traditional school uniform, and if she's an older, she's 25, right? Not like a school uniform necessarily, but academic, right? Then I think, yeah, formal shoes. What's next to formal shoes? Heels, right? So, okay, this is drawn weird right now, but imagine heel, okay? I don't think she's balanced right now, but you know what? We'll get there. We get there. with full body characters and like character designs, actually their faces are typically small. So this design actually, man, I hate using polyline. Hold on. They requested a portrait as well, which is really smart because then you can actually see the character's face. Now this pose might look a little bit unnatural, but remember we're trying to show as much of the outfit as possible. Just straight up put her arm like out like this. Just like stick it out here and we're done. Shortening, man. What? There will be a back view. And technically, if there was anything unclear, I could just like redraw it somewhere else. But obviously, that's more work. I don't like that. The easy answer is to just do this, right? This is like the stereotypical, but I don't think that fits the character, or my impression of the character so far. You know who's a vibe that I think matches in character personality is Mifa from Breath of the Wild. She's very graceful, very soft, docile character, right? Let's see how her body's posed. She also has a staff. Would have been so much easier if the prop you give them something to do with their hand. All right, so for this one, I am gonna do a loose hand here. Oh, also happy Diwali to anybody who celebrates. There's fireworks going on right now. You can't hear it, but I can hear it. Well, I was gonna stick out a pinky, but I don't really know how to do it in this angle right now. Maybe I won't stick out. I don't know. Yeah, okay. Well, for first draft of a pose, there's not too much I can really do, to be honest. But I also like to experiment with the body type. So for this one, let's go with, you know, very slender, very, you know, supermodel, tall type character. They had no comment on whether this character is very curvy or not. So this version, I'm going to do more curvy. Also no comment on the like weight, except they gave a face reference, which makes me think that this character is definitely not plus size. And I think if they don't mention it, typically it's not a plus size character. Typically. Because I think clients who specifically want plus size characters, they go out of the way to find an artist who can do it well. That's why. That doesn't make sense. Maybe like a little bit more muscular of a character, this one. But also changing the pose here. Like we change one leg. Maybe we do a little bit of contrapposto, you know? Like contrast pose, kind of. So this shoulder is up, this hip is up. I don't know if this character is like a fighter character. I really should have asked, honestly. But because I'm tight on time and I know this client tends to be very busy, I'm gonna get started and then I'm gonna ask more questions and we'll define it after. At least they'll know that there's progress being made, because the panic I feel when I haven't given them anything yet is like, it's unreal. Okay, let me shift the weight. See, this one, the thighs are really strong. Thank you, Mr. Mod. I increased the music for y'all, but because it's quite loud in my headphones, I reduced it for myself, so I can't actually tell. So if you ever have audio issues, you just let me know. Now that I've moved this thigh though, I feel like the arms kind of work better in this pose than the first pose. So maybe I'm just gonna change this. I feel like she should have a prop. But we don't have one, therefore I'm gonna give her the classic, this pose. This is a little bit cold and calculating though. I think this default pose of going like this. I don't know if you can see my arm, but yeah. I could experiment a lot more, but again, personality. Wow, these are really crazy claws, man. What's going on? I thought you were a fairy. That's something else. Oh, also it's important to remember this. There's a huge wing back here, right? Like a massive wing. It has to be big enough to lift her. So they have to be big. Think Maleficent, you know? Had massive. I'm just gonna draw it. We're referencing this one right here, right? Also, thinking of the body. If you think of fantasy anatomy, it's not like I draw that many fantasy anatomy characters that much. Actually, that's a lie. I draw a lot of mermaids. But fairies, not so much. However, I do save notes. So if you think of the scapula in the back, where your shoulders are, you know, when you go like this, you can see it in the mirror maybe. That should be attached to the wing, right? Because that part moves, your arms move. So similar muscle group, right? Then this part, I assume like here? I think it's still upper back. That's what I would think. We are doing a back view, so the wings don't make sense. Thank you, Mr. Mod. Right, if it doesn't make sense, then we will make it make sense later. This is like really cute. I feel like a skirt would be the best option, or not tight pants, but something to be able to show this off. But I think a skirt would be really cute because it's like flowy. It can almost mimic I think this is, I would deviate. They're based on Lunamonts, but they're not actually, like, you know, the exact same. So, like, we could make this ruffled. See, the design starts already. I think I drew this incorrect, though. I think it should be more like this. Arguably could have designed it folded, but like, what's the fun in that, right? I'm pretty sure if you're requesting a character with wings, you want to see the character with the wings, right? This is the reference sheet, after all. See, do you see the shape language? It already, like, it feels like there should be a skirt, no? Am I crazy? Feels like there should be. Okay, goodbye notes. I'm gonna keep this here. This hand is driving me nuts, though. If I had wings, what would I do? Maybe this? You have to think about it, really. Like, would you, cause, you know, I have hair, so I touch my hair when I'm idle, right? If I had wings, would I be like holding my wing? Would I be fluffing my wing? I don't know. That's not a hand, but just, that's a snake. What is this? What hands are, what are they, actually? What? Also, if she had like a jacket, right, then I could be even more like, yeah. Alright, you know what? Put her hand back, we're just gonna put it back. Kind of annoying though, now you can't see this part of Hold on, I'm gonna try and find a way where, because I think this outfit is probably gonna be relatively symmetrical for the sleeves at least. So maybe closer to the body here. Bear with me, we'll figure it out. You know what? We have other poses to do. So move aside pose 1. We're doing pose 2. Can we alternate on this wing? Can we make it different this time? To give it another try. Like, one thing, I did this like ruffled, right? And I think the ends of the wing can also be kinda, not like severely ruffled. What am I saying? Severely? That's a severe ruffle you got going on. No. But you can see on the actual wing, there's like a little bit of like a, not a ruffle, but like a ridge, right? We can like interpolate. When I play with the design more, I'll, you know, do more, make it clearer. Because if y'all can't understand, the client probably also can't understand what's going on either. Alright, so for this wing, what can I do to make it different? I think the anatomy can stay the same. But maybe it's even taller? Sorry girl, you gotta go. I'm busy with your sister right now. Sister being you in an alternate universe. That's weird. Do I like it? Probably. That's weird. Didn't the Victoria's Secret fashion show recently happened, they also are all wearing wings, huh? It's actually a really good reference, I think, if you're drawing fairies too. Maybe these are shorter, like they're taller but they're shorter. I think they're in perspective, right? Honestly, I feel like they should be here. Sorry, ma'am. Madam? Because even if she's standing still, at least there's something going on. Hi, Bennett, how are you? Yeah, they're not too extreme, but like... I feel like we're still working with the same... I hate saying the word prompt, that's not the word. It's definitely not the word I want to use. You know what I'm saying. The same description. The same assignment. Lord. Alright, let me try one more pose. I think a little bit more dynamic. Something. Ooh, sewing? What you sewing? I am surviving. I had my, like, you know, con week, and then I got sick. And now I have another con, so let's hope I don't get sick again. She's freaking out a little bit. Just a little bit. I don't know how I should do this. I'm gonna reference her. Because she feels closer already. But I don't know yet. I don't want to make her flying, because I feel like that... But do I want to make her flying? Because that would be so cool. But that means when I do the back view, I have to also make her flying. You feel? Like... Oh. If I was doing it for myself, maybe I'd be like, oh, it's chill. Probably not. Halloween costume, that's so cute. I went shopping recently for the con. I'm changing my display again. I know, it's crazy. But I saw a bunch of people trying on Halloween costumes and I was like, oh, it looks fun. I am probably not doing anything for Halloween. I'm probably just like, nobody talked to me. I did a Halloween artwork too. I did 2 Halloween artworks, something like that. But I also hope this convention will do well. It is a VGLX video game live expo. Live expo. So it's video game centric. If you know me, I do a lot of video game fan art, so let's hope it goes well. This looks like a pain to draw, but it looks sick, so we're going with it. But sometimes maybe the client doesn't want that, you know? So regardless. I've also done a character like this for school, so it should be fine. Also, I think the boots or shoes will match. So if this gets covered, I think it's fine. And if this shoulder gets covered, I think it's fine. All right, ma'am, you're too tall. Too dang tall. Like, she's landing almost. That was a wild line. In fact, that wasn't wild line, that was wild multiple lines. Like, what's happening? What's happening? Also, one thing I didn't think to experiment with, because I do think she is going to be this tall, lanky character, just based on references. One can be pointier and one can be rounder. I do think she would be relatively round. However, like even in the face, we can stretch her face or shrink her face. So even if the body looks kind of similar, at least the face will be different, the pose will be different. So it's not like I cheated. The bust also can be different. This one, I think I made her relatively average sized. Also, I think I made her the wrong angle too. Sorry, ma'am. Sorry. Respectfully, just need to fix your situation. Versus this one, I think we'll do something for shallow. I feel like this kind of, like, realistically, you know, if you really think about it, mermaids should have really strong arms, right? Because they're swimming like this. So if we think realistically with fairies, they should have some crazy back muscles, no? So let's give her crazy back muscles. She's got defined muscles. And I don't think the thighs would be the thing that's like super pronounced, because I mean, yeah, you have to keep yourself stable while flying, but it's not like you're doing that, right? Right? Okay. They have to be more fit than me, a digital artist who sits down all the time. That is for sure. I hate that I like this one better, because that means when I do the back view, it's gonna be a pain, but if it looks good, it looks good, you know. Also, shoulder muscles probably really strong too. But not like she looks like a bodybuilder, just like they're very toned. Am I in the right angle here? What's going on? This one, she's very thin. I think even more thin than the first one. It's fine. I don't know. They have different metabolism. Fairy anatomy. She's also half. I kind of forgot, right? She's half fairy. Or half fae in this terminology. So maybe she is more like, it's like elf versus human anatomy. Sometimes the elves are kind of like stretched and humans are kind of just shorter. So maybe she is more stout, I think the word. Right, this one. The pointiest of shoes. Because I don't know how to draw feet, I can only draw heels because I studied fashion and I only drew women, so that's the true reason I can't draw feet. Only drew heels. If you need me to draw heels, we're fine. If you need me to draw anything else, oh. I had to draw Converse recently. I was like, oh man. What do those even look like? But this one looks so cool. Dang. But the thing is, her hair would be very different, I think. Which might be kind of distracting. Like, for all of these too, I didn't draw hair. But her hair is to her hip. right? So it's kind of like, if I'm doing a character, she's like flying, her hair is gonna be like this, her wing is like this. Maybe not the best for a character reference, even though it looks cool. But sometimes we want cool, you know? Or unless I do it behind the wing, right? I think I could do that. Pointy ears. You know, the direction of the face. I don't know the face yet, so let's not do that. Let's just do the wings. Wings. Sorry, ma'am, you gotta leave. You know what'd be so cute? This is absolutely not in the like brief. But like if this character had like a headband that had like a cute bow, it would totally match the moth vibe. That's going in a different direction, but that's what I thought of. This one, I think I'm gonna do the wing closer to the body here. What am I doing? Ooh, why does that look like a peanut? It's like a straight up peanut. Did you know a peanut is a legume? I was making something vegan recently and I was reading the instructions on like how to cook it and also like what's in it because I was so curious. I was like, it's vegan, but what does that mean? And it was like, well, I'm not vegan, by the way. I don't like cooking meat. It freaks me out. I don't know. But it was saying like, oh, this is featuring this vegetable. That's a legume. You might be allergic to this if you're allergic to peanuts. And I was like, that's a legume? What is a legume? Legume? Like, dude, I don't even know. That's something else. This design, I feel like longer is better. Ugh. Line. Oh. Based on Lunamont. Doesn't mean I can't get weird with it. That's weird. I said I can't get weird with it. No, but that was weird in a direction I didn't want to go. Almost like it's a dress, which might match her actual dress if she's wearing one. Ooh, fireworks are going hard right now. In fact, fireworks in Japanese is hanabi, because it looks like a flower. I say as if I don't struggle with my Japanese. Giving you the fun facts. Actually, I had a really funny interaction in Japanese class recently. My teacher was like, "That's not what that says," and I was like, "I'm not gonna lie, I can't read that." And then the whole class was like, I can't say anything to that except laugh and be like, "Okay." I have really bad reading and writing, so when you see my artworks that feature Japanese, just know I struggled so hard and I double checked, triple checked, make sure that the Japanese was correct. And I'm probably not going to remember what it actually says, so if somebody sees me at a convention and asks me, what does that say? I'm just going to be like, I'm just going to translate it. into English and be like, I could hide things in there. I could like reveal the answers to life in Japanese. Nobody would know. Okay, the problem is with this, it looks kind of like this, like it looks 3D, but it should be more flat, right? But that just might be. It's fine. All right. So there's our 3 poses. So that's, again, I'm just gonna make this canvas massive. It is a really big canvas right now. It is 21 inches by 14. It's like a huge, huge poster. Think about it. I can't really do the back pose because I'm focusing on the front pose. Once the client is like, yeah, I like the front pose, I like this basic idea for the design, then I can be like, all right, I'm going to try the back. She did give me, or they did give me, I have no idea. They gave me other things on top, but right now I'm focusing on the main thing. Yes, I am using a really big canvas for now, but later I'm sure I'll make it a normal size. A normal size that if somebody wanted to print it, they could do it. But while I'm working, I'm like, nah. Especially on stream, I would just hide it if I was alone, probably. I don't know, sometimes yes, sometimes a no. Okay. Okay. All right. What do I do next? I don't know. I feel like I should try something different with these poses still. I feel like they're like really similar. This middle one, because of the contrapposto, feels so sassy to me. Sorry, you need to move your knee. Otherwise that looks craziness. Like it's giving Bayonetta, you know? That's what it gives me. And I have done this pose plenty of times because it's a really classic, I think, just front facing, not front facing, like front view pose. This one, arguably, I could have done hips first. Hips forward, and then shoulders back. But I feel like graceful character would stand kind of straight up, versus like hips forward almost gives a vibe of like I'm cocky and like I don't really care, kind of slouchy. However, it's almost like this is like a little bit more straight. I'm trying to think of a character who walks like that, and I think I can only think of Vincent from Catherine. Because he has a really weird pose. That's not, I spelled Catherine. That's not. I don't know if I can find the concept art. Kind of. Yeah, I wrote Katarina for some reason. And I was like, that's definitely not it. My brain knew what it wanted. My fingers wanted something else. Alright, yeah. His pose is like weird. Like he has a straight up weird pose. Because when he's walking around, you just think like, who walks like that, man? So, yeah. He's kind of like a messier character, right? Like he's a mess, but he's also like literally messy, like he's dirty kind of character. Versus this character, I think, is very like neat and academic. Dang, those fireworks are hard. Well, let's try one version here. We're gonna try. Now this client takes a little bit to get back to me, which is fair. So what I'm gonna do is usually I, send in steps. Something like this. Like maybe slightly cleaner. I would be like, okay, which fits the character better? And if you want me to experiment more, tell me. But for this, I'm gonna probably send option 1, 2, 3. But I'm also going to do the character design on her. Because she's like the first one, easiest one to read, I think. That is true. Let's hope he doesn't walk like that sober. It's true. He's a messy guy. Like messy drama. Like he's wow, he's a mess. I actually have the concept art book back here, but I wasn't about to like look at it. Look through it. I was like, no, just search it up. All right. We're thinking of an academic outfit, right? Also, like her hair is wavy, but we don't know if she has bangs. So let's do her hair first, actually. Because I want to do her hair, and so when I want to, it's probably a good time to do it. My default is wavy hair, so that's good. If her hair is so long that it's her hip, does she have layers? She must have layers. But I don't think I'm gonna draw it to her front because it'll cover the design, so we're not gonna do that. I'm gonna draw it behind her wings here. Some of it, maybe. Because otherwise, kind of just looks like her hair is short, right? Hold on. How do I think it depends on the design. Now, what type of wave, too? There's like beachy wave, and then there's like blowout wave, like, blow dried out. Somebody didn't understand what I meant one time, so I'm just clarifying. Okay. That's how I usually do my hair. That's how I prefer it. But my hair is naturally wavy curly, so it's like a little bit more messy, so it depends what fits the character, right? Because I think if you're drawing a character with big hair, tends to be a character with big personality. I have big hair, so I must be designed this way. But if they have very sleek hair, they tend to be a little bit more refined, right? This is not like the literal case, but like, or maybe it is. Oh. Maybe she has more hair behind her wing. This is just like half her hair. She's got like Miku level hair, like crazy thick. If you ever think about it, Miku has like these huge pigtails, right? But that means her hair is like really thick. If they're like this level, when it's all down, it's like that this plus this, that's a lot of freaking hair. You think Miku has extensions? Like, dang. The neck pain that girl must feel. Oof. True reason she's wearing pigtails is so it's balanced on both sides. So do we think Based on the character, do we think she has layers that it flips out like this? Or do we think that it's all one consistent length? Which I would not advise if you realistically have this hair length. Be heavy as heck, but does it match the character? For this one, I'm gonna give her these like earned in bangs. But for the other ones, maybe I'll do, I don't think I would necessarily do a middle part. But for sure, one version where it's flipped up this way. That could be cute. I myself am partial to a side part. Surprise, surprise. I don't think she would have blunt bangs. I think if she did, I think they would point it out. There also can be a version of very short bangs. Alright, that's one version of her hair for now. Goodbye, you're hairless now. Oh. Hairless, like a hairless cat. Okay. Alright, now the uniform. That's the part that's going to be tricky. Now for the back. Obviously I'm not drawing the back right now. But if her wings are attached like here and here. Probably even more extended, right? Kind of annoying if you have, you know, fabric in the way. Maybe it's actually higher. Sorry. Here-ish on her back. That means this part here has to be covered, right? And maybe there are fabric here. So if I'm saying that, that means she can wear a jacket, a blazer, like one of those traditional uniforms. There's no problem. You would just have to have like construction made, so on her backside. This doesn't make any sense if we're looking at it this way. Imagine this is the back, okay? So that means the only caveat, the only thing in our way, the only obstacle we've got to think about is that you need some kind of fabric here. Or she could have a backless outfit, but then that sounds cold. But then at the same time, wings probably have really good insulation. So, well, regardless, backless option like this is fine. What else? This looks like crazy. Like, what? Do you even know what I'm drawing right now? Do I know what I'm drawing right now? So, academic uniform. What do we think of when we think academic? I usually think collar. I think more prim and proper, so I think more tailored. Because what they gave me is academic uniform style, but not sure of the details. But this is a whimsical design, so what I was thinking is, let's make maybe, if it's a uniform where multiple people are wearing it, she is an older character, so I'm not really sure the scenario, the story. But let me try something out here. I feel like I want to give her ruffle sleeves. That was originally, like, that's immediately what my mind went to. Something that mimics her wing. And would look cool when she's flying. That's literally all that I'm thinking about. Like, does it look cool? Does it look cool? And the only piece of her uniform that is like mandated is like a vest and a skirt or something. Like everybody has to match. But the shirt that she's wearing underneath is okay. if she has a collar like this, this can be backless. Have you seen backless vests? Okay. We're trying different things here. I don't think I would give her, well, maybe. I don't know necessarily. Like, we could give her like a huge gem here. Because her whole color theme is iridescent, right? So she could have like, I don't know, an opal brooch. Well, it took me a really long time to figure out the word. Ooh. Hydrate, I can do that. Thank you, Raja. Also, hope you're doing well. As I choke. Hello, hello. Ooh. Yeah, opal. Opal. Y'all have ever seen opal before? It's really pretty. Oof. As a case of the Eepies. I definitely overslept. I was meant to do more work yesterday, but then I ended up just watching Supernatural. Anybody watch Supernatural? It's great. That's Opal. So imagine that, but on her shirt. Could be cute. Could be cute. But we're thinking iridescent. Oh, you just started Supernatural? Ayo. You're in for a ride. I think it's what, 15 seasons? Crazy long. So good. I watched it twice. I honestly, like, 2.5, 3.5? I don't know. I keep, like, I put it on and then I turn it off. I don't know. I haven't watched Law and Order, but I know it's great. I think the only reason I haven't watched it was because it's not available. Like, things that are available in America and Canada, they like flip-flop. Like, sometimes I have Supernatural, sometimes I don't. And I saw that I can, if you're in Canada, you don't have it. I have a VPN. Not sponsored, so I'm not gonna tell you which VPN. However, yeah. This is getting kind of yeah, we wish I was sponsored. Then I would give them I would hype them up. However, you don't get to know who I'm using because until that gracious day, I'm sponsored by water. Water alone. Okay, now that I gave this belt, it's looking a little bit like this is an Asian style with the sleeves. It's giving kimono. What do vests even look like? Oh my god, what are we doing here? Thank you. That's absolutely not what I'm going for. I'm not looking for the ones that are cloth. Looking for like, yeah, like this. Okay, maybe we don't even need a collar. We can simplify. Ooh, somebody else talking about Halloween costumes? Let's go. I originally was gonna do something really cute for Halloween, for the stream. But then, as you can see, my stream is very simple right now, and that's because I don't have time yet. Will I ever have time? Ain't that the question? Ain't it a question? Shrek characters? Okay, so but like, okay, actually I had something really funny to say, but also which character are you going as? But I was watching Interview with a Vampire for the very first time, Weird movie. Interesting movie, both. It was a trip. Anyway, what's his name? I just blanked on the name. What's why am I blanking right now? Antonio Banderas. He's in the movie, right? I don't know. I think it's just the Halloween movies sometimes when they're very serious. Some of them, I'm just like, what is going? Like for example, Nosferatu. I know it's a good movie, but I left that movie going, what the heck? You know? So it's one of those. But yeah, Antonio Banderas is in the movie, right? And he's supposed to be this like super cool Spanish vampire. I'm looking at this guy going, that's Puss in Boots. He's the dad from Spy Kids. I see nothing. I don't see the vampire. It was interesting though. What's Lestat? He looks so cool. And then I was like, he's Tom Cruise? Dude, that's not Tom Cruise. Who's that? Tripped me up. It was a wild trip of a movie. Very artsy though, so I can imagine a lot of people enjoy it. For me, my Halloween movie is Crimson Peak, but I'm like liking it story-wise. I'm like, dude, what the heck? I think Guillermo del Toro in general, a lot of those films, you just leave it going, huh? Hocus Pocus is good, actually. I recently watched it as an adult. The first time I watched it was as an adult. I didn't watch it as a kid for some reason. Good. Like it. Halloween Town, I had a friend watch it and she was like, it's so bad. And I was like, yeah, I think it's nostalgia for me. I don't think it's actually a good movie. I think it's just nostalgic. I'm going with like curves here. Obviously can't really go curvy here. The mask from the Goose. Wow, what's happening? Goosebumps series. I don't think I've watched the Goosebumps. What is going on? I'm not a true Halloween fan. This is clearly the story. Is there anything else horror that I watch? I mean, Supernatural, right? I think I like comedy and horror together, or I like it when it's really, really pretty. But I think it's a case of like modern versus old, because there's a lot of old films that I'm also like missed the mark. But oh, maybe we can do like a. Maybe this is too much though. I feel like if I'm doing this, you gotta pick. Like, are you showing a lot in the front and a lot in the back? Because then, like, where's the fabric holding on to? Because there are those, like, vests that go this way. But then it has to be attached in the back. So we're just gonna keep it this way. I had a good reference and I lost it. And I'm offended by it. How did I lose it? I don't know where it went, but okay. See, I think it's academic. I feel like this is somewhat. Oh, Wednesday. Wednesday counts as Halloween-y, right? because I'm doing my next convention so close to Halloween, I have like a bunch of Halloween-y things. Weenie. So I have Wednesday. We'll see if it does well. I feel like I'm blanking on some kind of movie that I watched. This is a very long skirt. I don't know if I like it, but I'm just going with it, and then we're gonna see how I feel. Also, if you're flying, maybe you don't want to dress unless you have shorts underneath. Unless you're just real free like that. I don't know. Like, me personally, would be a little bit uncomfortable. It's kind of chilly. Dark Academia maybe is what I'm thinking of, you know? Well, they do have a lot more of these like curved. Lucifer. Lucifer is another series. It's got that, you know, monsters vibe. If I like it. It works if I give it a bow. But I can't rely on bows all the time. Or can I? Or can I? Wait, I can. If I make it in the same shape as the wing, there's design logic here, okay? Therefore, I can do it. How did I do it? The whole key with characters, I feel like character design, you can like overthink it and whatever, but just like get a motif and then repeat it over and over again, and then you're like, yeah, I worked hard on that. And then, yeah, that's how it works. There you go. Solved your crisis. That's how you design a character. Find a really good shape or whatever, and just doing that over and over again. It's not centered, but like, is anything really centered? I could have just moved it. Why am I insist? You know, it's a Halloween movie I still haven't watched. Scream. Isn't that crazy? Still? Been so long, but still have not even given it a try. Do I want to do like this also wavy? Or do we just want to keep it simple? Ain't that the question? Because then it's like dress and skirt. I mean, sorry, dress shirt kind of vibe, and ooh. I think the first Scream is a classic for sure. That's the one that I see the clips from the most. I used to really enjoy horror movies, and then stopped. I hear that it's like that. Have you heard this theory? The discomfort zone. Like if you're always uncomfortable and you're kind of just stressed, anxious person. Hi, I'm a shaking chihuahua at all times. Then you try and you find things that also make you uncomfortable. So then you can control what you're uncomfortable about. However, now when I go on a roller coaster or watch a horror movie, I am freaking out. So I'm like, oh, maybe I'm too comfortable for this. Weird. But Supernatural has comedy in it, so it's not so bad, and you can't really get scared if you know what's gonna happen. No, I still get scared. Like, not scared, but I'm still like anxious when I know something bad's about to happen. I'm like, I know they're gonna get hurt. I don't like it. Get it over with. But usually I'm watching it while working, so. Do gathered sleeves. Do very puffy sleeve thing. A lot of people actually, this is a series, right? Monster High, right? Well, it's a series, but it's like a doll as well. Monster High is really popular, and people are always asking like, oh, is this Monster High for my Coffin Girl stickers? And I'm like, it ain't, but it's inspired because there's not that many, or maybe they are, but they're not so prolific, I guess. Like spooky character designs. Like if you're just out in public and not at an anime convention, some of these people have never seen them and they're like, whoa. Like spooky mixed with pretty. And if that ain't my whole vibe. Somebody asked me at one of the markets I went to, they were like, how do you decide what to draw? And I'm like, well, if I don't know what to draw, chances are I'm drawing a pretty girl. And then after that, they probably, I think they're too basic, and they probably either develop horns, wings, tail, fangs, something. So that's the story. That's what happened. That's excessive. That would be just annoying. Can you imagine? Like having sleeves that these would just be annoying if I made them longer. I have seen the new, I want to say character models, but that's not the right word. The new doll models, like how they look, and they definitely have changed it up. I have seen like arguments, not arguments, but like disagreements on like some people like the design, some people don't. So some design choices are, you know, hit or miss, I'm sure. But the overall like body changes, I don't care. I don't care about that. You can look like whatever. You're already a monster. Like whatever. What I care about is, do you look cool? That's the thing we gotta care about. Is the fit fitting? Is the fit a slay, you know? Yeah. Alright, for this one. Shoes am I giving her? I feel like this one has leaned very like Victorian, hasn't it? Not maybe like classic Victorian, but that Victorian inspiration when you think fantasy. This is like just like a, not a trope, but like a common thing that a lot of fantasy artists do. We just somehow go this direction. So if I'm gonna go this direction, let's go for it then. We're gonna give her the classic lace-up boots. Would she have stockings, or would she have like little lace booties? Oh my goodness, can you guys calm down? Like, have your fireworks, but can you just like do it away from my window? Like that direction. Do it that way. I'm trying to think. Victorian boots. Do they even show their socks? No, they have stockings, right? That go up to here. I don't know, I'm just thinking of Bridgerton. This is not a good accurate. But then also, this is just fantasy. So, like, is it supposed to be accurate? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't know. I don't have to draw this. I'm just gonna. Arguably could. I said arguably, and then I was like, I know myself. Could make the bow. Actually, I think my original character also has, like, not this kind of boot necessarily, but kind of close to this kind of boot. Kind of mix. But this boot can match this. Oh my god, I can't speak. I draw an arrow and I want to be this arrow. This bow, these shoelaces, and match the bow on her neck. Which matches this. Oh. Now this is one take. These are going to be vastly different because I really don't. This is the one where they gave me a little bit of freedom because they probably commissioned this because they can't figure this part out. And also, like, when somebody commissions a character design, tends to be like, they have a vision, but they can't properly envision it because something's missing. They, like, want help. They want to be able to see it. Apparently it makes a very big difference. Obviously, I don't write. Well, it's not that obvious, but listen, I can't speak, so I can't write either. So I don't know how big of a difference it is to be able to see your character. However, apparently it really helps, so that's good. This hair has to go because I think you won't be able to understand what's happening. Boop, 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 boop. All right. That is take number 1. Kind of hard to understand all the lines, but what is happening here? I don't actually know. Oh, this is the wing. Whoops. See? Even I don't understand what's happening right now. But chances are when I deliver this, I would be like this. This is the outfit. Because otherwise, like, what are we looking at, you know? Sorry, Opal, you need to leave. I'm gonna put this in a folder. Sorry, I'm just double checking. I'm like, okay. This one, I have to duplicate. And we have to label this because what? Bro, huh? Outfit 1. Picked. And there she is again. Alright, let's start again with the hair. I think, honestly, this character should have the option. Obviously, it's not my character, can't say, but I feel like in some circumstances, this character probably ties up their hair. So bangs is probably a really good option, because otherwise, no hair. thinking. Not micro bangs, but like... No, yeah, micro bangs is what I'm thinking, actually. Sorry. Would never wear them on myself. However, I have. Not by choice. By crazy decision at 3 a.m. to cut my own hair. Classic. A classic. Imagine if I just drew waves like this, like the whole way. I can draw hair, just waves. Wouldn't it be cute if they had a headband though? I don't know what fits this character, so I'm gonna give him everything. The issue with things like this is I'm worried I'm gonna like overwhelm my client. There's gonna be so many things to point out because like this is here, but I don't know if it's very clear that oh he's wearing a headband. I have to point out, hey, experimented with this, and this is what I was thinking. This. No, Layla from Nana, she has this hairstyle. Kind of. Except the art style is so extreme that the micro bangs are banging. They're they're really micro. Hold on, this one is. Yeah, like this. This character here. Eek. Also has that like really long hair. But like, dang, the patience to draw that much. No. Also, this was back then. I feel like this was done by hand. That's not today. All right. Okay. So I thought it would be cute with the headband, but now that I'm looking at it, I hate it. So, so we're gonna remove it. But I don't know, maybe she has a hair accessory, maybe she pins it back. Could be cute. I think I like it like this. Right? Oh. Oh my gosh, I meant to say this earlier. I was waiting for a time to say this and I keep forgetting. But thank you for 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Hey. YouTube video coming out soon. I keep saying that. No, but genuinely, it is coming out. End of the month. Finally. Finally. Alright, so for this one... I was thinking of doing like a bolero kind of thing. Like this, but then that means it has to go like this way under her. Wait, this doesn't make sense. This isn't. Hold on a second-Rooney. Do this on another layer. She's bald. All right, let's think of kind of a mage vibe. I have been leaning more toward making it a tight-fitting top. Because if I make it a loose fitting top, when you think about it, the back of her wing is like here, right? Then I have to make like a slit here for her wing, which is fine. But if it's like completely like this, if it's not attached, I feel like it would, that's what my problem is, yeah. If it's like not attached, then it would like slide up and down, and that would probably wear this seam down. And it would also be really annoying to wear. It would be really uncomfortable. It's kind of like wearing a cuff that doesn't fit right, and it keeps going like this. That's like annoying. However, we could do something like this, so long as we can make sure that it doesn't fly up. That would mean that, like, if this wasn't a smooth, like, wing, like, oh, maybe that was a bad example. Let's say like this. I can imagine if like she's flying or going down, right? It goes like this. Unless her wing was for some reason like this, then like, yeah, it's not gonna move. But like, is she built like that? I don't think she's built like that. That's why I was avoiding capes. But one thing I do want to try for this one, I want to try two things. I want to try giving her pants. And then the other version, I want to try giving her like a mini skirt, but obviously mini skirt with like pants, not pants, tights. Because come on, this is not a Winx design. They need tights. Let me do the mini skirt first, because that one I feel like, sure, I can figure that out. That's too mini. I'm so sorry. Because I think it would match this wing really cute. Because she's like a slender character, I feel like you could do a drop waist. That's not what a drop waist is, sorry. I do it. Honestly, with this kind of character design thing, I could give 10 million options. But if I give 10 million options, then the client is going to be like, oh my god, I can't decide. And then that's probably not the greatest. So as the designer, I gotta think hard. Be like, does this really fit? This is kind of giving young. This is kind of, because of the shape language of that skirt, it's giving something different. Like fashion. Let me look back at the references I was given. Yeah, not in love with this group. Let's go back. These boots gotta go. One of the references, I think two of the references they gave actually, have a cape. That's why I'm like, Let me look again. She already has like this going on. That's why I'm like, we should maybe accentuate. But because if I add something else here, I thought about it, it would just be the same thing. Actually, we should probably experiment with making this thicker. That'd be so sick. But anyway, move on. Not the point. Okay. Some of these they wanted to play with more like, I guess, mysterious like drapery. We already played around with that with the sleeve a bit. Looks like they're giving me pants and this like shorter skirt is giving young. I think actually it's not the right direction. But it's so cute. If it matches, then it's fine. Okay, hold on. Let me... Okay, imagine this part here. We're just going for it. I'm not really thinking all that much, just playing here. They want to play with drapery. Because I think if you're wearing something super loose and flying around, isn't that dangerous? Ooh. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really hope your niece enjoys the Halloween costume. And I hope you get lots of good rest. This is giving like we're low-key in ball gown territory. Do you see it? Pretty. Alright, let's try again. Scrap. Go again. I'm gonna try the pants route first. We did one design and now I'm like, what's happening? Stuck. I need to take my brain and like shake out the contents. This would only work if I can drop this because of the wings here. Alright. Let's try the cape route, but I'm gonna do something like tie it here. So in the back there's a slit here. This would compete with each other. Alright, their comfort be damned. Let's just draw it out then. How many tries am I gonna take? Many, because we're designing. You know, petal leaves are really pretty. Play with that. Alright, hold on. I think we're trying things. We, meaning me, I'm trying things. But they're veering away from like academia. That's my struggle. So let's go back to what I was thinking before. When I think academia, I think pleated skirts, collared shirts, blazers. Oh, let's try a collared shirt. And if she's more of a graceful character or docile, graceful character, I think it'd probably be button. And when I think of like a graceful character, I think character probably has a lot of soft edges and soft fabrics. Maybe like chiffon type sleeve. This here, it still works. Remember, it's slit in the back. Do Doing like the same pattern on her collar here. You could have a tie. You could have one of those. Like you can experiment really. One of those ties that go like kind of like this. Doesn't have to be a bow every time. Could be a brooch like we did before. Be a literal tie. like straight up tie. I think this is fine if we can make the tie somehow mimic. Really decide on that yet. There's multiple ways I can go about this. I can give her one of those dresses. The ones that you wear over a dress shirt. I don't really want to give this version pants because I feel like it's already very tied up. And I don't think shorts really fit. It is similar silhouette-wise. I don't think I can give her a super tight skirt because, well, flying around, but also don't want to go too loose. Play with the actual seam work. Make it like into a design. Like if this had embroidery or something. But then it low-key starts to look like an apron. Fantasy clothing, huh? One thing I did think originally when designing, before really looking at the brief, I just knew the colors basically, is the back would have like a skinny strap here and this would connect to the front. If that's the case, the front could also be kind of something strappy. So maybe one of those uniform skirts, like a suspender kind of deal, because then doesn't that make sense? The suspender is like this. Doing gores this time. Not that type of gore. Gore as in theme is like this, ends up like. It is looking a little bit too. It's still academia. It's now fitting academia, but we're losing the fantasy. appeal here. So, how do we bring it back? Don't want to make it look generic, right? Let this part be open. And maybe place. I don't know what environment this is. I don't know if it has to be super formal. Pockets can also have a shape. Weird to add a little tail to the pocket, because then when she flies, this also goes up. Not what I wanted. I wanted the eraser. Alright, now that I've added like a skirt element to, I gave her a peplum. I don't know, it's my go-to apparently. As if the top underneath is peplumed and she's wearing like a corset shirt thing. And now she can wear pants. This is giving very 80s. Wait a second. You see, I just changed the silhouette and it's like, what happened? Character designing is a little bit more work than illustration, actually. A lot more thinking involved. Can we just remember that I did it once before and it was quite cute? What's happening right now? Sometimes when you get stuck though, the best designs come after that. So, alright, we're gonna suffer through it for a little bit. Maybe you give her a straight leg instead. do think that this is too sultry of a design. I'm going to make this even more exaggerated. These are like old-fashioned pants. Very straight leg. Maybe for these shoes. Pointier? Very pointy? The thing is, I think her character is relatively round. Maybe we give her like really big sleeves. Maybe that's where we go with this one. We exaggerate like crazy, but like for the sleeves. Like her... She's got really big bellowy sleeves, and then like the cuff is like massive. This is a fantasy design, right? And then her collar is also like really long and in interesting shape. Maybe we make this a prop sleeve. Interesting thing to look out for in character design is the silhouette, right? That's what I keep playing around with. Whenever I keep giving her a skirt, I'm like, no, they're too similar to the previous one. Silhouette has to be somewhat different. Saying something here. Dude, how her shirt is closed? That's a question, ain't it? Gave her a sash. Don't know if that's what I really want. Thinking. If this locks in the back and it's like this. I feel like if her sleeve is like this, I feel like her skirt should also be kind of like weirdly like this. That's why I'm like, am I thinking of giving her a skirt again? Maybe she's the one who should be wearing pants. This one. Because she's already quite primitive. Let me test, and then let me trade what they're wearing. Technically, depending on what the client likes, I give them the option to mix and match anyway. Oh my gosh, she's crazy. Like so. Nope. Like that. This is low-key giving musketeers. I don't know how, but that's what's giving me. Like that. Yeah, this is a little bit more like tomboyish. And then this one. The top is already quite masculine because of the collar and everything. But this shape language, I think it mimics the wing in a way, so I'm also gonna make it so it's like this. Except that's not literally what's happening, that's just what our eye sees. Because it's out here and then your brain goes, oh, shoot. I feel like I would give her an accessory. Like something. Not like a pocket watch maybe, but some kind of like, oh, this is my class or something. And now this kind of looks like a jacket here. It wasn't that bad. I got stuck for a second and it was fine. We figured it out. And this one, maybe I would give her more shallow shoes. She's not wearing boots this time. But like crossover, like a wrap shoe thing. I don't know how to explain this exactly. But mimic what's happening on her jacket. Suspender thing. I don't know really what to call that. Like that. With that hair. This is giving Musketeers. I don't know why. And then this one is giving Fantasy Student, I think. A little bit closer. This line though, for this accessory is like really, really thick. So I'm just gonna like thin it out because like what is happening? Like if this is a badge and then this has like the class and it's like part of the uniform because like everybody has to wear it or something. Would be cute. Could also be like they have a uniform tie. A tie. Like this is so long. Maybe the shape isn't the greatest, but something like that. Alright, you know what time it is. It's time for option 3. Alright. Goodbye. This one, I think. Do 2 things. We can give her this hairstyle. We can also give her a middle part. Maybe I'll give 4 options because, see, this is what I originally thought of this character. Middle part like this. Oop. All right. And then I'll go through and refine because there's some other design elements that I didn't even think about. Not at all. You know how I'm wearing a back brace? Kind of makes sense with wings. I'm gonna play with that now. Now, if you had wings and you had like a corset type thing, you wouldn't do it in the back, would you? Because that would be really annoying. So it would have to be the front. Now this is more fantasy route, for sure. This is like, but medieval thinking, you know? But it's really not looking school uniform, is it? I'm thinking this, like in the school colors, this thing here. Imagine some kind of insignia or something. Maybe I wouldn't do this all frilly. I didn't realize drawing the same layer as her hair. Give me for that. Maybe this is kind of school robe vibe. I definitely don't want to do this because this is not academia anymore. This is some other thing. Don't know what that is. I think the short sleeves is giving casual, you know? Now from the back, she has the exact same thing. And it's not connected here. It's actually like the back. She wearing pants? Is that the story here? Is that what's happening? My brain, it's working, but I don't know if it's working, you know? You feel? Summoning things to my brain. I am on Pinterest as well. I'm just like looking at the reference. And also related to the reference, because I'm like, am I missing something? Is there something that I have not tried? Because we could do a hood, right? That kind of gives like magic vibes. But then when you're flying around, it would just come off. Wouldn't it? Alright, what I'm gonna play with here. Really big collar this time. I'm trying to think also, like, how is it gonna work with the wing in the back? All right, y'all, I hate it. So, let's play with big pants, maybe? Hold on, I lost her hair, so let me give her back her hair. Alright, this time I'm on the right layer here. They're too big. It's giving Middle Eastern design, which is also not what. Let's search up some more academia outfits. Mixing fantasy with it. As much as I would like to do this like off the shoulder kind of vibe, play with the collar. Wings. The wings, man. The wings. Kind of like, you know those ballerina tops? Now, where do we bring in the uniform? Has to come in here, right? I feel like it looks better with this skirt now. kind of like that bib style. Playing with the color again. This looks very young when I do that. I have to remember this character's 25. Imagining on the back that this collar thing drapes into the back like this, rather than like continue and cover it like a Japanese school girl outfit. And then it's like this top part is like part of the women's uniform. With this bow being maybe the school colors or something. Maybe it's less flashy, because then it feels like... This is more structured. And then the skirt underneath, it's like part of the collar. And then... of course, is also roughly. I gave this like a keyhole, but maybe I don't want it as a keyhole. Maybe we take away the wrap function. I think there's too many lines. Bottom of this maybe has a layer. One thing that bothers me is that it feels like excessive. Be like This is very more like formal now. I extend it, but then it feels more mature in that way. Somehow, like rather than she's just like a schoolgirl, she's like a mature student, like a higher level student or something. And this one, do like loafers. Oh, that's what the heck? These are clogs. What? Okay. Well, she's got clogs on. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of like, how do I add more of a fantasy element to these? My brain is going through it right now. Right, let's look at the outfit so far. What? Alright. We got outfit 1. You got this pants. Musketeer vibe going on. I actually don't mind this. I think it fits the idea of academia and fantasy. And then we got outfit 2. She's not even there. I think this also fits. It's got like that classic, more traditional uniform. The sleeves gives it that fantasy element. This one got that fantasy element also from the sleeves. And like the peplum thing going on, it's like a lot. And then this one, it's got the collar thing going on. But it's kind of lacking. Kind of lacking. Maybe we can play with this skirt slit thingy. See, the plain dress is on top like this. Like it's different. It's not really giving fantasy, you know? Maybe this is one of those cases where I stop this one, I go to the next one, and then I figure that out. Because where's your hair? There's your hair. Alright, this one is gonna be the last one, and then I'm gonna redefine to see if we can make it better, or we're just gonna clean it up. Alright, girl, you need a forehead still. You can't just have your hair growing out of your eyebrows into your hair. I mean, maybe. She ain't got no clothes on. Light academia. Let's look at that. References. Could not wear that to school. Girl's wearing a total crop top. What do fantasy characters even wear? Now that I'm here, I'm like, what do we even wear? Alright, let me do this one version that has nothing to do with the reference. When I think of fairies, I think of something like this, right? That's what I keep struggling with. I want to get that really pretty appearance of fairy, but also combine it with academia. But they are very different because one is very organic and the other is obviously very rigid. See? I'm drawing this, so hopefully it can direct me some way. If I know that I like this organic feel, can I interpret it in some way and add it in? This is giving like baby doll silhouette. It's very popular right now. I'm looking at you, Sabrina Carpenter. Popularized it a little bit. Alright, so imagine we have this silhouette here. I think we played with this originally. So if I can make this more formal. Well, I don't know about you, but if I went to a university, walked into class, well, actually, I could get away with it. I was a fashion student. Just bearing full chest, I don't think it would be great. So, like if it was like a super prestigious situation, maybe that's not the way to go. That's why I'm like, we gotta rework it. We can do that. As long as this is covered, or we have to raise this. But I think doing a square neckline takes a lot of the organicness out of it. And then this just looks like a casual outfit that you would wear in 2008, so... Thinking fantasy teacher. What does a fantasy teacher wear? Because that's like, she's not a teacher, but... Let the middle be loose. I can never escape this sleeve. This one right here. The I either pull in one of these or I'm pulling one of those. And this time we're going with this one. I can understand why my client was saying that they were struggling, because I'm also kind of struggling here. I'm like, how are we gonna make this work? Combine the two worlds together. Yeah, that's giving kind of mermaid, because I'm thinking jellyfish. Oh, look at that. What I can do is, I think, raise it so it's more. And like having this middle piece is just like a really extremely long scarf that is like obscene, but like kind of cool, so. Now this is giving fairy godmother, but in like a good story. So we gotta fix that. I think of a fantasy book or story where this realm makes sense. Ah, Wicked is a good one, right? There are teachers and let's see what they wore. And they played with asymmetry a little bit. But for the most part, it's quite similar in the sense of like they still played with the traditional clothing. But Glinda is probably a good one to look at, right? Let me pull that up. There's one uniform in here that is wearing something really cute. If I could find an image that wasn't blurry, that would be so cool. And not like so unflattering, because come on. I can't be doing that to the girls. Okay, for some reason I can find the doll version, but basically frills like this, and throughout frills around here as well on the collar. Not that that makes much of a difference. We just flip the frills inward. I do think I have to shorten it, otherwise it is giving, yeah, ball gown, fairy godmother vibe. This middle piece. It's alright if I can tuck it in to a belt. It continued from here and flew out, maybe. Notice how the design completely got scrapped? Yeah. Yeah. Have I played with a blazer yet? No, right? Maybe we should do that. This. And then mimic the wing with the blazer. Give it a little pin. And then round this part. I drew this kind of weird, but off center. This is kind of giving me 90s power suit. Just me? Now I'm gonna give her, because this was originally what I was thinking, something similar to this realm. Around this shoulder. I want rounded shape language. Shape. And again, we can exaggerate this sleeve. Wow, the fireworks are still going. Dang. Honestly, we could just go really intense with it, but I feel like that would be annoying. But like, who cares about annoying if it looks cool, right? When she's flying, it could look super cool. Alternatively, could give her super classy scarf. That's not how scarves behave, I'm so sorry. Good. I don't know if I will. Okay, but the academia part here is this lapel and the blazer. Now it matches the fantasy theme of the wings. Now, none of this is solidified. The client has to look at it, but when I know a direction of like, oh, I like that concept, then we can expand on it. I do think Miss Girl needs some kind of shirt underneath because we can't be out here wearing nothing. I mean, we can do what you need to do, but Girl cannot be. So let's mimic her frilly sleeve. Where is my cursor? Gone. Frilly sleeve with her collar. Also just do like a high neck here and just I feel like that's really stuffy though. I am gonna clean these up because like I can't understand what's happening and I'm sure you can't also. Thank you, Wicked. Thank you for the inspo. It's a little bit hard because I'm doing it very messy without changing my brush here, but oh, shoes. This one we'll do the Mary Jane route. This is also another good school shoe. All right. How many outfits do I have? 4? We got 1. This one's actually pretty clean. Don't lie. We got 2. 3. This is like my least favorite right now. Maybe you expand on it. And 4, which is giving 90s power suit for real. Oh, sorry, I just kicked everything. Give me a moment to question my life choices. Time to put them side by side and clean them up. And then I think this stream is probably done here because then I can't really do much. But let's clean them up. Look at how messy that is. What is that? This is outfit 1, outfit 2. Over here. Outfit 3. I did end up getting my dream of trying the miniskirt. And 4 over here. Sorry, got distracted. So real. But yeah, you can see I started to slowly lose competence and patience to draw things clean. But she's pretty clean. I think you can understand what's happening. I think it's cute, this one. I'd wear it. Would you wear it? I'd wear it. Just so it's very clear that these are cute little lacies. Alright. I think also the hair is like leaning into it too, like very pish posh. Outfit 2, let's clean you up. Girl, what's happening? There she is. Alright. I might change things as I go, but for the most part, I'm trying to clean it up. Now this, I wanted it to mimic the wing. Kind of. This is a thing that I wanted to search up. School ties? crisscross bow. That's what it's called. Yeah, we can't do that because of the excessive design of this collar. Give her a mini tie. Like that. Do you think it's a long angle actually? I think her collar is long angle. This part. For all of these designs, based on, you know, what's going on, I will have to do the back. But if it's chosen, that is. Still have a lot of work to do today, actually. I think this can be a classic belt. Have like a belt loop. Part can be mimic the tie. This part is looser. I do like this sleeve, actually. It's so weird. Sometimes weird is really good. I'm not trying to make it perfect. I'm just trying to make it understandable right now because we don't even know if this is the one that'll get chosen. We don't even know if this pose, this body type is the one that's going to get chosen either. Now we can take this one and disappear. That's not what I wanted. Ooh. Hey girl, I just don't need you to be wearing 2 layers of the same outfit. That's crazy pants, or in this case, crazy dress. Then I'm gonna erase the outfit, person underneath, so you can actually understand what's happening. Missing a line. Maybe for the sake of understanding this design, I would draw the sleeve. Itchy. All right. Ink. That's good. Now we gotta figure out what the heck is going on with this one. Wait, hold on. Now that I've erased so much of it, like, maybe you should have a continuation here. Something like that. Alright. Should rename this outfit 3. Not copy of a copy of a copy. This is one that I was like, this is really messy. I don't even know if you know what I know. I wanted to make the collar, not even the collar, I don't even know what to call this. The bib of this shirt. Really big. That was going to be the fantasy element for this one. Honestly, where's her body? I actually drew this like way bigger than her body too. Now the top part is the uniform, really. Honestly, this whole thing looks kind of like a uniform, just like in a really excessive one that nobody would ever want to animate. Like, so much going on. Sometimes when you don't see it, it's just a pain to make or animate, like reality or on TV. So, I mean, reality as in like live action TV. So it's not like the design hasn't been made before, it's just like nobody wants to do that. That Genshin Impact, apparently, those designs are whack. Like, there's too much going on. Nobody wanted to do that. Make the sleeve for this one a little bit more simple because everything else is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. There's a lot of things I can still play with. Like, for example, I could like add a seam here, change the color. So it doesn't have to be completely boring. Or I can add a pattern here. Or an insignia here. Do something interesting. This week, I think I'm going to be working on a lot of commissions, actually, because I have a convention to prepare for again. But then I have a little bit of a break from conventions until next. So I can finally catch up. But this week specifically, off stream, I am working on fixing my display a little bit. Not every day, but try my best here. Same thing, gonna erase the body so you can see the outfit. Where's your hair? There you go. Honestly, I do not like this part of the skirt. It's like so much going on. I know I spent like forever just drawing that, but I don't like it. I think it would look better if I did it like, whoa, not like that. Loki looks like something you'd wear at like a Catholic. That one's done. I had to sneeze. Oh wait, no, she has Loki. I'm gonna make the loafers interesting too. Oof. All right, and then last one, we're gonna clean up. I delete this later. Is outfit numero 4. This project, I think, is gonna take a really long time. Actually, it's gonna be like a lot of iteration back and forth. Obviously, it took me almost 4 hours just to figure out the pose, the outfit. That's why it's not an illustration. I always get this question, actually. They're like, what's the difference? And I'm like, well, you watch a stream of me illustrating versus designing. Very obvious. If a client doesn't give me like references for the outfit, I'll still design it, but I'm not gonna give like this much depth and thought into it. It's probably not as important if they didn't give me something. And most of the time, if you're giving me an illustration, it's either a character that already exists or you have a description because it's from a book or something. Okay, this one actually, I think I do need her body a little bit because I think I drew her collar like completely off. This one. And see, here's where I was like, yeah, the line weight is gone. Probably doesn't really make sense without it. That doesn't need to be there. Ooh. Ooh, like a ghost. Going delirious. Designing for this long, no breaks. Challenge. It's kind of not the right angle, but it's fine. I think it's now understandable. Depending on if this is picked, I would just during the line art stage, clean it up. Because with these ones, I don't remember actually. Pretty sure this one was flat color. Because when I did offer it, I gave two options. I would give the painted version, or you can get a cheaper version that is more affordable version that is flat colors if you don't need it to be all like pretty. It's still pretty, it's just more informational than like not as impressive, I would say, maybe. But it is better as a reference, I think. If you ever look at like character concept art, sometimes it's not like fully painted, because then you can see perfectly, yeah, this is the color and everything. Oop. Arguably I could have done like a whole frill thing here too, but I felt like overkill now. With the sleeves and the wavy hair, there's just a lot going on. Her hair is, you gotta remember, it's iridescent, holographic basically, right? So holographic's not the right word, but maybe an easier way to understand what I mean. So her hair is loud already. So then if I make her outfit also incredibly loud, gonna get really loud. And if everything's loud, you don't really know where to look. I do like this one though. I think the third one is my least favorite because I don't know if it fits the character. That's why I don't like it as much. If it fits the character, then I'm happy. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. But I always try to give options when I do designs, or even just illustrations as well. I always try to give like one that's perfectly what they want, one that's a little bit different, and then one that's like completely not what they asked for, but it might like inspire something. So I offer it just in case. And sometimes it's the one that they go for, so then I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe I was the one who was doing something else. I was doing side quests. Instead of saving the princess, I was doing something else. This is like this. I don't even know where her arm is, to be honest, at this point. That's here. Okay. Something like that. And then if this continues on the back, it would actually not flip out like this. It would follow gravity. My nose, it's falling off my face as I sneeze. Maybe looks like slime if I don't color it. Or add like any like line, like really line weight properly. Like it's just, what's going on there? Maybe it's a little excessive. Like it's too much. It's time to almost end the stream because my nose is running. All right, this one is cute little Mary Jane shoe. should be better to understand now. Whew. Scared the life out of me. I was so focused. Oh my god. Thank you, Also Spirit Bear. I hope your stream went well. I was spooked. Phew. Thank you. I'm actually almost done. But I can show you what I did. If I can figure out these sleeves. I don't know if I like them. I'm gonna maybe finish it and then I can show you what I did. Right. They're kind of weird, but they're fantasy, so it should be fine. Okay, I can show you what happened. Now that I've been thoroughly spooked, I'm awake. But I appreciate, of course. Alright. So, let's start at the beginning. You might be wondering how I got here. So I'm doing a commission today. Kind of like the one that I did featuring Also Spirit Bear's character a while ago. I'm doing a commission, but this time it's a character design. Nose is running. So we really started from scratch. Where is everybody? Here we go. Where are those sketches? Did I lose them? That would be crazy if I did. No. I just disorganized myself. Okay. I had so many references. So we had 3 different poses. And for some reason I didn't organize them wrong, because why would I do that, right? It's not like I'm gonna get rated and I'm gonna have to explain myself. I think I've featured the same pose multiple times. This one here. Yeah. Yeah, I found everything. No, I didn't. I don't know how to handle pressure, apparently. Time! Alright, yeah, so I did 3 different poses. I have no real idea what we're going with. 3 different wings. They're kind of similar, but different. And then most of the stream was spent on designing some outfits, because I used to be a fashion design student. Now I design outfits for little characters, fantasy characters. Here's our first one. They can go away now. We got our second one. The first one is kind of like, it's giving musketeer. It's still giving musketeer to me. Like that. And then we've got this one, kind of prim and proper, kind of cute. Little academic moment. Academic moment. And then we got this one, which is kind of giving, I'm also academic, but at a nunnery. And then we got the fourth one, which is kind of giving 90s/80s power suit, but with really crazy sleeves. Because why not? I mean, the hair is not helping either, actually. It's kind of giving 90s. Maybe that's just the way we're going. I really wanted to try a miniskirt. So those were the 4 options that I gave today. It was actually really hard for some reason. It was a challenge. I think my brain shorted after doing the first one. Oh yeah! Thank you so much! Oh. We're very far from doing actually anything past this point because I need to check in with the client and see which one they like. I hope they like one of them. I actually really like the first one, but it is giving kind of like 90s shoujo like love interest. I don't know what that's about, but the brief was like kind of Mexican inspired, Mexican coded, because it's fantasy, character with like iridescent holographic freckles, Luna moth wings, that are also like a holographic, and is like half human, half fae character. Yes, thank you so much for following. Howdy. But yeah, that's what we did today. I think it's gonna look super cool when I color everything, but I need to see. I actually, unfortunate timing. Usually I go for 30 minutes more, but at this point, I have to see what the client says before I can go anywhere. But thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate so much. Unfortunately, have to peace out. But thank you. I will be drawing again on Wednesday. But today I have to do more work that I can't stream. But I don't know how to leave now. I hope Autumn Spirit's stream was great. I hope you're all doing great. Appreciate you stopping by, but I need to go now. So thank you so much. Bye bye.